Alright, in this video we're going over the new top 5 best guns to use right now here in Modern Warfare 3 Season 1. If you're looking to drastically improve your KD ratio and drop your first nuke, you guys came to the right place. If you guys find this video helpful and want us to update with any and all best class setups, best settings, tips and tricks, or any updates that do go live here in Modern Warfare 3, feel free to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn those post notifications. Let me know down in the comment section, what is your current KD ratio, how many nukes, if any, you guys have right now. So for the first class setup, we're taking a look at the HOLGER 556. This weapon luckily escaped the chopping block. It is still one of the top meta ARs in season. Now for the first attachment, we are going to run a rear grip, and the Morin 20 grip is going to be phenomenal on this assault rifle, jacking up flinch resistance, recoil control, as well as gun kick control. Whenever we can afford to run a rear grip that's going to be increasing that flinch resistance so we can win more close medium range gunfights, we are going to equip it. Now we are going to couple this with a stock, and the RB Adel assault stock is going to be another great choice, jacking up additional recoil control as well as gun kick control. We want this weapon to be a laser beam. This is going to be a long range setup that's going to be punishing people that are sitting in the back and snipers. Now for the optic, I understand you're gonna have to get this unlocked through the armory system, but I highly recommend unlocking the Choreo 2.5x optic. This is amazing on the HOLGER. One of the best attachments to run on this weapon, because we're gonna get magnification and zero sniper glint. You are gonna be punishing snipers across the map. It is their worst nightmare. Equip this immediately. Now we are gonna be skipping over the laser. These are completely irrelevant on this class setup. It's for long range. We're also going to skip over the barrel. This weapon has low recoil with this setup, and we're not going to go ahead and reduce the handling because we already are running a couple of attachments that are going to be technically slowing this weapon down. Now for the muzzle, we are going to rock the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor so we can take ourselves off the radar and also drastically take benefits from recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range. A fantastic attachment on a setup like this that is built for long ranges. Now, to go ahead and compensate for a lot of the long range attachments, we are going to run an underbarrel, and the SL Skeletal is going to be phenomenal here. It's going to be doing a bunch of things that we technically have removed from this weapon, those being increasing our aim down sight speed as well as sprint to fire speed, and we're taking rewards of vertical recoil control as well as gun recoil control. Overall, fantastic on this gun. We're taking advantage of close range, medium range, and long range with this attachment. Once you go ahead and jump in the firing range, you're going to see here this gun, even though it does have a lot of long range attachments, the ADS is going to be respectable, and it is a laser beam. It's going to be a sniper's worst nightmare, especially if you have some type of accuracy. Now, speaking of snipers, for the secondary, I do recommend running the XPX80. This is going to be a fantastic weapon if you are trying to take people out that are sitting all the way in the back of the map and you want to be off the radar as well. Now, I am running the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor on this. I have on the 22-inch Elevate 11 barrel. I'm running the Box 4 laser. I have on the PVZ 890 tac stock as well as the Bruin Lynx grip. The nice thing about this sniper rifle is it does come with an integrated zoom, so you're going to be able to take people out that are literally across the map. Very easy with this, and at the same time it's going to be incredibly easy to get follow-up shots off. This is going to be a great weapon if you're trying to get a nuke. When I drop nukes in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, half of my kills come from this weapon. No joke, it is that effective. Now, for the main of the setup, I am running the stem shot. I have in the proximity mine, munitions box, quick grip gloves so I can swap weapons faster, as well as bone conduction headset so I can hear footsteps and gunfire a lot easier. Now, if you guys are wondering how I'm able to rock an assault rifle and a sniper, two deadly combos on the same build, I have the gunner vest, which gives me overkill, max ammo off spawn, as well as fast reloading, which comes in handy. This is one of the best class setups in the entire game to use right now here in Season 1 if you're trying to increase your KD or drop your first nuke. Now for setup number 2, we're taking a look at the brand new Ram 7. This assault rifle is amazing. If you're looking for something that is good at medium range, that you can run around and push the spawn points, definitely give this a go. It's not as accurate as the HOLGER 556, but this weapon is seriously packing a punch. Now, we are going to be skipping over the rear grips here. Unfortunately, for this class setup, we cannot afford to run any of them. We're also skipping over the combs. They are irrelevant. The only one that would make sense would be the SAB comb for that increased ammo reserve, but we are running a vest that's going to take care of that. Now, we are going to rock a stock, and the HVS 3.4 pad is phenomenal on this weapon, increasing gun kick control and recoil control. We want to mitigate as much recoil as possible with this weapon, because once you're leveling it up, you're going to see this gun does have kick if you do not have the right attachments. Now, we are going to rock an optic on the Ram 7. The iron sights are okay, but running the Mark III reflector is going to be a better option, giving us an open-ended optic. We're going to be able to see people very easily at close range, medium range, and long range with this. There's no reason to not run it, and for the fact that we have an open attachment slot here, we're gonna do that. We're skipping over the laser. This gun already has close range locked down. There's no reason to go ahead and buff that up anymore. Now, we are gonna rock a barrel. I recommend running the XRK Core Mark 40 heavy barrel. This is remarkable on this gun. We're gonna be doing everything we need to increase what this weapon technically lacks, and that's gonna be range and recoil control. We're gonna get gun kick control, A-weight controllability, recoil control, which is huge, as well as bullet velocity and range. Literally everything the Ram 7 needs, we have it locked in with this barrel. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to rock the VT7 Spirit Fire. Again, a fantastic attachment on this gun, removing us from the radar and also taking advantage of increased recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range. Again, everything we need with this assault rifle, we have it locked in with these two attachments. And to finally go ahead and wrap this class setup off, we are going to run an underbarrel, and the SL Skeletal is going to be another good choice here, because remember, like I said, this weapon is going to be something you want to use at mid-range to push gunfights. We're taking advantage of more aim down sight speed, vertical recoil control, gun kick control, and sprint to fire speed with this. Once you jump into the firing range, you're going to see here, this weapon is going to be very good, a respectable ADS, and I pretty much went ahead and took away all of the recoil, which makes this gun harder to use. So definitely go ahead and give this a try if you're looking for a rock solid assault rifle that just came out. So you can go ahead and mix the meta up. Now, for the secondary, I do recommend running the XPX80 again with that VT7 Spirit Fire. I have on the 22-inch Elevate 11, the Box 4 laser, the PZV 890 tac stock, as well as the Bruin Lynx grip. Overall, a fantastic secondary. Again, this is going to be getting you a lot of hard to reach kills because it is incredibly easy to use at longer ranges. I'm running stem shot, proximity mine, munitions box, quick grip gloves to swap weapons faster, as well as bone conduction headset and the gunner vest, so I can take advantage of running an assault rifle as well as a sniper, and also have increased ammo, faster reloading, and overall locked and loaded to get my nukes. Now, for class setup number 3, we are taking a look at the MCW. Now, the nice thing about this new update is the Ram 7 and the MCW are interchangeable. Both of these weapons are going to be mid-range monsters. You can use either or, whichever one you like to use, or if you don't have the Ram 7 unlocked and you're trying to go ahead and get it unlocked through the battle pass, you can use the MCW to get that done. Now, the MCW is a very good weapon here in this update. Now, for the first attachment, we are going to go ahead and rock the RB Claw PSL grip. We do have the potential to run a rear grip on this weapon, so we're going to do so. We're going to have increased firing, aiming stability, gun kick control, and recoil control. This is going to be a good attachment because we're not going to run a popular attachment on this assault rifle. There's something else that's going to be a lot more important here. Now, for the stock, we are going to be running the RB Regal Heavy stock here. This is a fantastic attachment on the MCW, jacking up additional recoil control, gun kick control, and tac stand spread as a nice bonus. This is going to be a very good attachment, again, compensating for something that we are no longer running with this class setup. Now, because this is going to be a mid-range setup, we are not going to rock the Corio 2.5x optic. Instead, we are going to utilize the Mark III reflector. It's going to be a good attachment for this class setup. We're going to be dominating mid-range. We're going to leave long range to the HOLGER 5.56 because that's where that gun is going to dominate. Now, we're skipping over the laser. These are absolutely irrelevant on a class setup like this. And now, I know a lot of people like to run the barrel on the MCW. We are not going to run it. The Cyclone long barrel is the #1 popular choice, but this class setup is going to be better without it. Now for the muzzle, we're still rocking that VT7 Spirit Fire. Again, a great attachment to take us off the radar and compensate for not running that barrel. So we're going to be having recoil control, bullet velocity, damage range, everything that barrel would have done. We now have this for the muzzle, and it's going to work out quite well. And then finally, for the last attachment, we are going to the underbarrel, and we are going to take advantage of the SL Skeletal. That's going to be an attachment that a lot of the assault rifles benefit from. It looks kind of goofy on some of the guns, but let's be honest here. All we care about is getting kills, getting nukes, going crazy, winning games. It doesn't matter what it looks like. All that matters is this is going to be taking away our vertical recoil as well as gun kick, and also giving us an advantage with increased aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. This class setup is going to be putting in work. Do not sleep on it. Once you go ahead and jump in the firing range, you're going to see here we have respectable ADS, and obviously we're going to have a point and shoot laser, just like how this gun was intended back in 2009. The MCW is still packing a punch here in season 1. It's amazing. It did not get nerfed, so do not think you have to move on to something else if you don't want to. Now, we are going to rock the XPX80. You guys know the drill. We have that Spirit Fire suppressor. We have the 22-inch Elevate 11 barrel. We're running that box laser. We have on the PVZ 890 tack stock, as well as the Lynx grip here. Overall, I love this second. I put it on all of my class setups. It is that effective. Now, we are running the stem shot, proximity mine, munitions box, quick grip gloves to swap weapons faster, and bow conduction headset, hear footsteps, and gunfire a lot easier. And again, the gunner vest, which is going to be the best vest in the entire game. We're having overkill, max ammo, and faster reloading. What more could you ask for? We have an ACR and a sniper on the same loadout. If I could do this in MW3 2009, I would have gone crazy. Now for setup number 4, we are going to take a look at the Striker. The Striker is a fantastic submachine gun here in season 1. They buffed it again, making this weapon a lot better than it actually was. It already was a solid SMG. It's now even better. Now we are going to go ahead and skip over the rear grips. These are going to be irrelevant on the Striker, because we are going to be running a stock. Now we're going to be rocking the Lockman Recon Series stock. This is going to take place of the rear grip, giving us increased recoil control, aim idle sway, gun kick control, as well as firing aiming stability. Everything we need to go ahead and kind of transform the Striker into an AR, we're going to go ahead and do for this class setup. Now, in order to help that out even more, we are going to run an optic. You have two choices here. You can either run the slate reflector, which is also a good choice, or you can rock the Mark III reflector, which I recommend on this weapon because we're going to have that open-ended sight, allowing us to take people out very easily at close range, medium range, as well as longer range. This is a submachine gun, so I like to run the Mark III because, again, we're running and gunning with this weapon and also destroying AR players if we need to. Skipping over the rear grip, these are completely irrelevant. We don't need this on this class setup. Now, after the buff, we are skipping over the barrels. We're no longer going to run a barrel on this weapon. The Striker stubby barrel received a buff this update, but we are not going to run it. We're going to be jumping to the muzzle, and we are going to be running the Shadow Strike suppressor here. This is going to be a good attachment on the Striker. All we need is to increase, or I should say, not really increase, but remove our signature from the radar so we can get behind their spawn and go crazy. Now, if you do have trouble controlling the recoil with this class setup, I do recommend you guys getting either the Monolith suppressor unlocked, or you want to go ahead and get the Colossus suppressor. Depending on how much recoil control you need, you can see here, the Colossus suppressor is going to offer some recoil control. The Monolith suppressor is going to offer a lot of recoil control. But if you can control the recoil, which I know for a fact a lot of you guys can, I recommend running the Shadow Strike so you have no cons. Now, for the underbarrel, because this is going to be a run and gun weapon, and we're taking advantage of all ranges, we are going to run the SL Skeletal again on this weapon. It's overall going to be the best choice under the underbarrel category because we're taking advantage of aim down sight speed, vertical gun kick, as well as sprint to fire speed for this submachine gun. I'm honestly surprised they did not go ahead and change the pros for ARs and SMGs on the same attachments, because this does make the Striker rather strong. And then finally, we are going to utilize a magazine, and I do recommend you guys unlocking the 48 round mag so you're not destroying your close range and mobility as much as if you were to run the 60 round drum. Once you jump into the firing range, you're going to see here, this class setup is going to have a lickety split aim down sight, and it literally does not move. This is going to be a great class if you want something you can run and gun with, yet take people out at longer ranges. And again, if you have trouble controlling the recoil, you can go ahead and rock the monolithic suppressor here, which I'm going to showcase how good this is. The ADS is slightly slower, but this gun, way less recoil. So you can pick and choose what you want to run depending on the class setup you need to create. Now for the secondary, just to go ahead and take out those people sitting in the back, we have on the XPX with the Spirit Fire, we have on the Elevate 11 barrel, rocking that box laser, we have on the PVZ 890 tac stock, as well as the Bruin Lynx grip, and we are rocking the stem shot, proximity mine, munitions box, quick grip glove, swap weapons faster, and bone conduction headset here to hear footsteps and gunfire a lot easier. And if you were wondering how we can rock a submachine gun and sniper, we have the gunner vest, which gives us overkill, max ammo, as well as faster reloading, which comes in handy because we are running and gunning and also swapping to a sniper if we need to take people out at longer ranges. Now for class setup number 5, we are going to take a look at the Bass B. This weapon received a nerf, air quotes around nerf, this season. I ain't seeing it whatsoever. This gun is still packing a serious punch. Now, we are going to be skipping over the rear grips here. These are not going to be helping us out on this specific class setup. We are running some other attachments that are going to be helping us out tenfold. Now, we are going to start off with the stock. I recommend running the Ravage 20 heavy stock. We need this on the Bass B to remove any and all recoil. We're going to have increased gun kick control, recoil control, and firing aiming stability as a nice bonus here. Overall, a nice attachment to compensate, you know, the kick this weapon does have. Now, we're going to be building the long range setup with the Bass B because even though we are building a long range setup, it's not going to destroy the ADS speed, which is kind of concerning that this is even possible. So I recommend you guys rocking the Corio 2.5X optic. It's going to be amazing on this weapon, again allowing us to punish snipers and people that are sitting all the way at the back of the map. We're skipping over the laser. These are completely irrelevant, but we are going to run a barrel on this setup, and we're going to be rocking the Bruin Venom long barrel to smooth out that recoil pattern completely, giving us increased bullet velocity and range, recoil control, aim idle sway controllability, and gun kick control. The cons are going to be irrelevant. Now for the muzzle, we are going to rock the VT7 Spirit Fire to take us off the radar and also jack up that recoil control, velocity, and range even more on a class setup that's already designed for long range. It's crazy how good this weapon is. And then finally, we are going to be skipping over the underbarrel because realistically, we don't even need it on a setup like this. We already have a bunch of recoil control locked in. We're going to jump right over to the magazine. We're going to equip the 30 round mag to keep this weapon in line with the other assault rifles because we only have 20 by default. And once you jump into the firing range, you're going to see here, this Bass B build is going to have a respectable ADS, and it's going to have literally zero recoil. It's going to be a point and shoot laser. You are going to love this setup. Now, if for whatever reason you do have trouble controlling the recoil with this build, there is a certain amount of attachments you can take off and swap. Now, you can take off the barrel. This is going to be kind of strange because the recoil pattern with the barrel is just going to be kind of like a circular motion. But if for whatever reason that recoil control pattern is a little bit difficult, you can drop the barrel, you can go to the underbarrel, you can select the SL skeletal, and once you go ahead and do this, you're going to see that this weapon is going to have a different recoil pattern. You can also go ahead and remove the stock as well and put on the STT88 grip. Once you do so and jump in the firing range, you're going to see this setup is a little bit different. The ADS, pretty much the same, and the recoil pattern is going to be slightly different, but I think some people might enjoy the way it kicks with these certain attachments swapped around. I like to give you guys a couple of different ways to create certain builds. that you guys might have to kind of switch some attachments for your liking. Now for the secondary, we are going to rock the XPX80 again. We have that Spirit Fire suppressor, the Elevate 11 barrel. We have on the Box 4 laser. We're rocking that PVZ 890 tack stock, as well as the Bruin Lynx grip. And we are running stem shot, proximity mine, munitions box, quick grip gloves to swap weapons faster, as well as bone conduction headset. Your footsteps and gunfire a lot easier. And again, we are running the gunner vest, so we can have overkill, max ammo, as well as faster reloading and destroy people at any and all ranges. That's going to be setup number 5. Now, I do have a surprise for you. We do have a wild card class setup that is very, and I mean very underrated here in Modern Warfare 3. It's going to be the PULEMYOT 7.62. This gun is disgusting. I don't understand how this slipped under the radar. Well, actually, I kind of do. Everybody was on the HOLGER 5.56 bandwagon, but this gun is filthy. Now, we are going to be running a rear grip on here. We're going to be rocking that MW3 grip. This is going to be amazing on this gun, increasing aim down sight speed, gun kick control, and recoil control. Literally, everything a light machine gun needs, we have locked in with this rear grip. Now, for the stock, we are going to be rocking the Ivanov HSS ergonomic stock. Again, another attachment that I don't know why it does what it does, but we're going to have even more gun kick control, firing aiming stability, aim down sight speed, and movement speed. This is filthy with this light machine gun. Luckily, the iron sights are some of the cleanest in the entire game. We're not going to need to run an optic on this weapon. Man, do I want to try out the 2.5x optic on this LMG. That would be probably disgusting. Now, for the laser, we're skipping over all these. They are completely irrelevant, but we are going to run a barrel, and I do recommend you running the ST Pyro Heavy barrel. We're going to be removing all the recoil with this gun, smoothing out that recoil pattern, and also taking advantage of bullet velocity and range, recoil control, aim idle sway, and gun kick control. Now for the muzzle, because this is a light machine gun and we don't want to slow down this weapon even more than we already have, we're gonna rock just the Shadow Strike because we just want to take ourselves off the radar. And then finally, for the 5th attachment, we are going to run the SL Skeletal Vertical Grip to finish off the class setup. We have the aim down sight speed benefit, vertical recoil control, gun kick control, and sprint to fire. So we're taking advantage of both close range, medium range, as well as long range with this attachment. And once you jump in the firing range, you're going to see here that this gun is going to have a respectable ADS for a light machine gun, and it's going to have remarkably low recoil that you can go full auto across the map without worrying about a thing. The PULEMYOT 7.62 is wildly overpowered, and I don't know how it slipped. Well, again, like I said previously, I kind of have an idea how it slipped, but at the same time, I don't. Now for the secondary, we still got that XPX80 to get those free kills. The Spirit Fire suppressor, we have on the Elevate 11 barrel, the Box 4 laser, we have the PVZ 890 tack stock, and the Bruin Lynx grip. And we are going to be rolling with the stem shot, proximity mine, munitions box, quick grip gloves to swap weapons faster, and bone conduction headset. And finally, if you're wondering how I'm able to run a light machine gun and a sniper on the same build, shouldn't even be able to do this, the good old gunner vest with overkill, max ammo, as well as sleight of hand, which is a godsend for a light machine gun setup. These are going to be the top 5 +1 best class setups to use right now in Modern Warfare 3 Season 1. If there are 2 setups on this list I want you to check out immediately, do not sleep on the long range HOLGER. It looks goofy, but it is packing a punch. And obviously, give the Ram 7 a try, mix up the current meta, and go crazy. If this video does help you guys out and you tear it up and potentially drop your first nuke, which I know a lot of you guys can, let me know in the comment section. And as always, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications, been your boy Ears. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.